Hey guys, it's Stina, or side effects may include, whatever you want to call me. I'm cool with many names, many titles. So today, I wanted to tell you guys it's not a fun story, it is a story that recently happened to me while I was at work. So, I was at work today doing my thing. If you've been around my channel for a little bit, you know that I work in electronic sales. People ask for TVs, people ask me to fix their phones, people ask me to explain Wi-Fi to them. That's pretty much my life. I was just doing my thing at work, normal routine, when this guy came up to me and he asked me to get him some printer ink, which we keep locked up in a case. So of course, I said yes. So I go to follow the guy over there, and this dude, no joke, puts his hand on my back to lead me over there. And I just looked at him and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? This is really weird. Why would you do this? I didn't say all that, but I literally asked him, like, what the hell are you doing? I really didn't like it. And then he just doesn't say anything at all. You would think he would say something, but no, he didn't say anything. He just awkwardly looked at me. So then I awkwardly looked at him, and we had this awkward vibe going on where nobody knew what to say. So I just continued doing my thing, and I was like, what ink do you need? He told me which one. I opened the case for him. I got him the ink. I rung him up, and then he left, right? Normal? So I talked to my coworkers about this. I'm like, yo, that dude just, like, came up to me and put his hand on my back. I don't know, like, in what social situation that seems normal. Like, hey man, let me just feel up your back real quick. That's what we want. And I don't like being touched, so it was just a bad thing for me. I was like, okay, ew. So my coworkers agreed it was super sketchy and weird that the guy did this. But I wish this wasn't the case. I kind of just let it go because I have experienced much worse at my job before. So I was just like, whatever, it happens, move on. But then this guy comes back to the store, and I guess he was so panicked from the awkward interaction, he grabbed the wrong ink, which I don't even know how you do that, because he had to point it out to me and had to get it out of the case, so he got the wrong ink. So my coworker, he helped him get the product. And then my other coworker, after the guy leaves, is like, oh man, that was the guy! That was the guy that was like, all up on Stina. And I'm like, okay, well, he wasn't like all up on me. He just freaking put his hand on my back. Like, it was really awkward. But it just got me thinking about weird social interactions that I constantly have to deal with in life, and what goes through someone's head to make them think that that's an appropriate route to go. In my head, I'm like, okay, I would never go up to some random person and be like, let me lead you somewhere by putting my hands on you. It's just weird. I don't know. It's like when you get those weird messages where guys will say the most forward and disgusting things and expect like a positive result. And I'm sitting here like, does this work? Does anyone in the world see like, hey babe, and then a picture of somebody's junk and they're just like, oh yes, this is it. This is the one. I don't see that. And the same thing goes for like, if a guy just walks up and puts his hands on someone in public, like, has any woman just ever been like, yes, this is what I need? A random person I don't know coming up to me while I'm working and putting his hand on my back. That's what's gonna get me through the day. And I don't know, man. There could be people out there like that. I guess that's why I'm rambling about this, because personally I think it's just gross and I'm not about it. And I feel like boundaries are something that should be common sense. I talk about common sense a lot. because I think I just wish it was more common. Though, I do work in a retail environment, so I feel like I experience more idiots of society than the general person. It's like if you work at McDonald's. You're gonna encounter those kind of people that are just like, you know, the ones where you look at them and they look at you and you're just like, hey bro, I don't know if you should have left the house today. I don't know if that was a good idea. In fact, I think you maybe want to go back in the house for the next 45 years just to deal with whatever's going on in there, because you're a drain on society. Let's get some negativity slugs in that chat, guys. Come on. But all jokes aside, I lived. I'm not gonna die because some weirdo puts his hand on my back. It just made me think about what goes on in the heads of these very strange individuals and why they think it's okay to just put their hands on someone like it's normal. Like, I'm sorry, just because I work at retail doesn't mean that I'm just something you can take off the shelf. Sir, I'm not available for purchase. I'm kidding, obviously. But that's about it. That's all I got for you. I will have more gaming content for you guys soon, though. I want to get back to... I was supposed to finish Little Nightmares 2 in the last playthrough I did, but I did not quite finish. I was having some weird issues with my setup. So, instead of having my stuff hooked up in my living room, because there's just too much noise, like ambient noise going on, I think I'm going to try to hook it up in here, like where I do my normal recording. We'll see if it works. I hope so, because I want to keep playing games with you guys. That's about all the updates, I guess. If you like my content, leave me that like, throw me that sub, and join our little community here, numbing that pain with constant killer content, and you know, I'm gonna see you next time.
Kind of music men hum or whistle when they feel on top of the world. And gentlemen, one of the many things that give you that liftoff feeling is the pleasure of being well dressed.